Evaluation question 3. What have you learned from audience feedback? Theorist Len Ang states that audiences only exist as an imaginary entity, an abstraction constructed from the vantage point of the institution in the interest of the institution. Institutions target certain groups of people so they can make a profit. During pre-production, I thought about my target audience and created an imaginary entity. For this, my target audience was mainstream from the indie rock subculture. My target audience was 16 to 25-year-olds with no specific aim at any gender. I chose this target audience because in my research from my AS coursework, I looked at indie music magazines such as Kerrang and NME. And while looking at their audience profiles and media packs, I found their target audiences to be similar to mine, and they look promising for the indie rock genre. Theorist Dennis McQuail said that audiences are temporary collectives. This means a group that is reflective of society and technology here and now. Audiences can be classified as mass, niche, mainstream, or alternative. My music video is classified as mainstream indie. This is because it follows typical codes and conventions of an indie rock video, and also the characters are all dressed as though they belong. The audience feedback I have received shows that my target audience agrees that the characters convey the indie rock genre effectively. Theorist Julian McDougall suggests that in the online age it is getting harder to conceive a media audience as a stable, identifiable group. This is because they are always changing. This could have made targeting my audience difficult, as not everything stays in fashion for long, including music taste. Luckily, in South Yorkshire there is a strong following for indie rock, and so I was never faced with limited numbers of potential viewers. Clark et al. Said that in the media industries, it is important to carry out regular audience feedback. I did this by posting draft copies of my ancillary products on websites such as Facebook, in order to gain feedback from my target audience. I felt this worked well because on each image I posted on Facebook, I got some valuable response from my audience on what could have been improved. I think this feedback helps a lot with the development of my product. I posted images of our ancillary products on social networking sites such as Facebook and Twitter. These are both examples of Web 2.0. On these sites, I was able to contact a wider audience to gain more feedback. Once our initial project was finished, I posted the video on YouTube. Here, people are able to view the video, comment, like, or dislike it. So far, we have gained 299 views and 8 likes. We have had comments of people praising the video on both YouTube and Facebook, but none that are critical. I think if we gave some honest feedback and some that are critical of our project, I think we would have been able to improve the music video more so it fit our target audience's preferences. But music videos are a form of advertising and a way of telling people what they should think is right and what they should be looking up to. Also, they are a way of showing the audience their ideal self or partner. Theorist John Hartley states that institutions must produce invisible fictions of the audience to allow them to get a sense of who they must enter relations with. I follow this theory in pre-production because of my creation of my audience profile, just like the one in Kerrang's media pack. The feedback during pre-production helped me use ideas contributed by the audience so I could tailor-make my product for the audience's needs and wants. During my media pitch, I was able to show my audience my ideas for the whole video and the song I would be using. I also mentioned my ancillary products and how synergy would be created through them. After, I presented them with a survey which I had created on fluidsurveys.com. This was created with quantitative and qualitative questions asking my target audience what they felt represented the indie rock genre best and what they thought of my ideas. I received 100 replies to the survey, which helped create the data easier. From my results, I could see who our idea targeted most and what they thought. 88 people who completed our survey were 16 to 8-year-olds. This confirmed that we were aiming our project at the right age group because our target audience is 16 to 25-year-olds. Also, from the results, 69 people said they watched indie videos, which showed we targeted our survey at the right audience. I think the audience feedback we gained helped us a lot through the production stages. But I feel if I had gone out and spoken to our target audience directly and created vox pops, we would have gained more relevant and critical feedback. Overall, I think a music video needs to have a connection with the audience, and using their ideas and feedback to create it makes it more successful.